What's up, everybody? My name is Lyric Jackson, aka LJ the Creative, and welcome to my channel. I am an entrepreneur as well as a trader, and today we're actually going to be going over the Skittlez setup, which includes my rainbow strategy and my homie Javonny's blue machine strategy. So y'all, stay tuned.
Go ahead and light up. Put that green to the fire, bro. We all getting ready to go to another level. Go ahead and light up. Put that green to the fire, bro. I'm tryna be way up that nobody can.
So when it comes to trading Forex, you guys may have come across a few videos online on YouTube, or may have been approached by people a part of MLM organizations. But I was a part of an MLM once upon a time, and I wasn't getting what I wanted. I felt empty. So I, broke ties, went somewhere else to where I can be the trader to where I want to be. And it brings us to what we're doing here today, you guys. We're going to set up this very easy strategies, very easy to use, and beginner friendly, especially if you're just getting into Forex. So what we're going to be doing today, and I'll actually be doing it along with you guys, so that way you'll be able to see it. So what I have going on is a screen recording on my phone, so you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about as we go through this, and I'll be setting this up with you guys. So we're actually going to start that recording now. Boom. And here we go. So when we get into this, welcome to the Rich Squad. But this is the rainbow strategy, right? The setup is, if you don't have it already, download the MT4 app. That's the first thing you want to do. And after you download it, we're going to open it right here. Let me go ahead and clear this stuff off, so that way you guys are looking at exactly what I'm looking at. The chart that I'll be working off of is the Euro USD chart. That is my favorite pair, and that's what I do a lot of my analysis and studying on, unless they are experiencing news. And when it comes to different Forex sites, you guys can find that down into the description, and I'll actually go over those more in depth in a different video. But today, setup. So after you download MT4 and you have opened it up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the F that you see at the top of your chart. So you'll see the time frame. You might see like M1, M5, M15, M30, H1, H4, D1, W1, or MN. And it just simply stands for month 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and the month. So at the top here you see crosshairs, the F, some shapes, and then you see trade. But what we're going to do is we're going to click on F. That's going to be our indicator screen. And next thing you want to do is, in your indicator screen where you see main window, you want to go to where it says moving average, and you'll find that under trend. So we're going to click on moving average. And this is how you're going to want to set up the rainbow strategy, right? So just a little fun facts before we hop into this strategy. Some fun facts about it is 38 moving averages make up the rainbow strategy, and we'll get into those different ones in a second. Next, the best time frames to trade with the rainbow strategy is the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Now what I do personally is, when it comes to traditional Forex, I like to trade on the 1 minute, but I look at my analysis from the 4 hour when I mark up my support and resistance. But there is a tool that we're going to use that also helps with support and resistance. And when it comes to the 5 minute, I like to use 5 minute for HFX. So I do my analysis on the 5 minute, and I take 2 minute trades using the rainbow strategy. And when I tell you guys, it is glass, like blue screens all day. And also the best pairs to use the rainbow strategy on are major pairs. And what a major pair is any pair that consists of USD, the US dollar. So we have the Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, and USD CAD. Now there may be more, but these are the ones with low spreads, and that's the best. These are the best pairs to use along with the rainbow strategy. But now we're going to get into the setup, right? So our pink periods, right? And you'll see as we put this together, our pink periods consist of intervals of 1 going from 2 all the way to 15. So to follow along with me, right, we have our moving average up. So we're going to clear this stuff out. And what you're going to do is here in period, you're going to put 2, right? You're going to put 2. You can keep shift to 0. Method is simple, apply to your clothes, but you want to change the style of it to pink. And you're going to want to save that. And then when you click done, you'll start seeing it pop up on your chart. So we're going to go along and add in the rest of these so that way you guys can see exactly how this comes about. So now we're on 3. So put 3, done. 4. And we're going to do this all the way to 15. 5. 6. Ooh, hold on. And as you guys can see, you're starting to see as we zoom here, the pink lines are starting to show up. So now we're on 7. And you're going to want to do this all the way up to 15. So guys, now that we set up our pink moving averages, we're going to get into our blue periods. And blue periods are in intervals of 2 starting with the number 17. So going back to our indicators, we're going to go back to our moving average, right? And we're going to input 17. And you want to change that color to blue. You can have royal blue, but I prefer a blue that you can see. So I'm going to go with like this electric light blue, sky blue, whichever one you want to call it. And I'm actually going to change my pixels to 2. You want to change it to where you can see it. So I'm going to change my pixels to 2. I'm going to hit save and done. And as you can see, you guys, that first blue line right there, we're going to go to the next one, moving average. So 17, 19, 21, 23. You know, and you guys can think of it, you know, like odd numbers, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So we on 23, we got 25, and you're going to want to take it all the way to 41, you guys. So 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, and 41. And when we zoom out, now we have our blue line along with our pink lines. Now we're about to get into our green periods. Our green periods are in intervals of 3, starting with 44. So let's go back into our indicator window, back into moving average, and 44. And pick a green that you guys can see. I'm going to go with this nice lime green right here. At 2 pixels, save, put done, and you guys see that first green line right there. And we're going to keep doing this all the way to 74. So we have 44, next is 47, 50, 51, 53, 56, 59, 62, 65, 68, 71, and last but not least, 74. And when we put in this last period, you guys can see the pink, the blue, and the green. And when we come back through the chart, you guys see how it looks. Through the chart, you guys see these lines crossing each other a lot. Pink crossing blue, crossing green, green crossing blue, crossing pink. Now that we have the rainbow strategy set up, now we're going to set up the blue machine strategy by our very own Mr. Javonny Cruz. Now that we have the rainbow strategy set up, we're going to set up Javonny's blue machine strategy. So what you're going to want to do is go back to your indicators. Click on the F, and you're going to click on main window. It's going to open up another window section for you guys. But what I want you to do is scroll all the way down to the oscillators section and click on relative strength index, right? Which is also known as the RSI. And here on my screen, as you guys can see, these are the settings that you're going to want to have for your RSI. Your period is going to be at 14, and you're going to want to apply this to your close. And you want to set your levels at 85, 76, 24, 15, 10, and 90. And then what I also want you guys to do is when you click on the levels section, it's going to bring up where you just put your levels in, the 85, the 76, the 24, the 15, the 10, and the 90, and you're able to label these. So next to 85, what you're going to want to do is put high overbought or highly overbought, 76 overbought, 24 oversold, 15 highly oversold or high oversold, 10 is a strong buy, and 90 is a strong sell. Going to click done, and when you see it pop up like you guys see on my screen at the bottom here, how you have the dash green lines and the white line in the middle. The white line in the middle represents price, but we're going to add a little bit more to this so that way you can get more of the story, right? So the next thing you're going to want to do is go back into your indicators and go down to where you see indicator window 1, where your RSI is. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in our Bollinger Bands. And as you can see, I already have the settings in here. Your period you want to set to 34. You want to set your shift at 2, deviations at 1.619, and you want to apply this to the previous indicator's data. You don't have to worry about plugging anything into the levels at this point, and change the style to blue. Why do you want to change the style to blue? Well, you're about to see in a second. So when we click done on your RSI, you see these blue lines that surround price. We're going to think of that as our water, right? We're going to think about that as our water, and just keep that in mind as we keep going, because we got one more thing that we need to add. And you're going to add this to your main window. So going back to our indicators, scrolling up to where we put in our moving averages, this is where you're going to want to apply this right here, and we're going to apply our fractals. You're going to want to scroll down to Bill Williams, and you're going to click on fractals, and you're just going to change that style to blue as well. And when you do, on our main chart, you see these blue triangles that appear over our candles. These are what the fractals are, and all the fractals do is they show you points of support and resistance on your chart. And with everything set up, as you guys see on my screen, this is what gives you the Skittlez strategy. Now we're going to talk about the rules of using this. How exactly do you use this, and how can you execute trades using this awesome strategy? And I'm telling you guys, when I've been using this, I'm telling you, it's glass. I've been seeing blue screens since using it, back testing it, and I've tested it on the Euro USD as well as the AUD USD chart. I'm gonna continue doing back tests on other charts such as Bitcoin and see if you can take it to other charts. But like I mentioned before, the best pairs to use it on is the major pairs with smaller spreads, which is Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, and USD CAD. So get into our rules, right? When we zoom in on our chart, let's see if I can find a good, we're going to find a nice little long position here. Let's see if I can zoom out real quick. Alright, so yeah, we're going to take it from this point here. So when do you want to buy? You want to buy when the pink EMA, when your series of pink lines cross through your green lines coming from the bottom. So looking here on my screen, you guys see the pink and how it came up is crossing the blue. When you see pink crossing blue, that shows points of consolidation. So as you can see here on the chart, when pink crossed blue right here, how the market was moving sideways for a bit, and then it gave us 1, 2, 3 blue candles. But on this giant blue candle, we see that the pink crossed the green. That's when you want to get in for your buy. And when you do, look what happens. When it crosses green, you see how price came up, and then it came here, and it touched blue again. When pink touches blue again, you want to consider getting out of that trade. It's up to you. You want to consider getting out of that trade, because that leads us to our next rule. When you want to get in for a sell, you want to get in for a sell when the pink lines cross the green line coming from the top, so meaning coming down. As you can see on my screen here, how pink crossed blue, and you got that small little area of consolidation, but then it also crosses the green, and what happened? It gave us this drop here. It gave us this drop here, and it, as you can see, it crossed back up, hit that blue, and we got this point of consolidation. As you can see, when it came to here, it didn't really cross the green, so you can still be in for a sell if you want to. Me personally, I wouldn't make that move right there. Let's look for another point. Well, let's stay right here. So if we stayed here, as we can see, market moved sideways for a good little bit, alternating from up, up, down, up, down, up, down. But it didn't really give us any major moves until we got to this section here, when it did cross the green coming from the top and gave us this small little sell. And then it hit the blue again, and it started consolidating. But then what happened when it hits the green here, crossing from the bottom? Well, let's see. When it crossed, it gave us this buy up here, and it just kept buying until it got here, when it hit the blue, and we got that point of consolidation. And this is just, you just put this on repeat, literally. Now we're going to get into some other things that can help you along with this, right? So in Javonny's course, he goes over what he calls the shark fin strategy, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what that looks like. So coming to this part here, looking at our RSI, right? All the shark fin strategy is if you look here, how it comes out of the water, like I mentioned before with our Bollinger Bands. When price came up out and then went back in, it kind of looks like a shark fin. So when you see shark fins coming from top back into the water, that signifies that you want to get in for a sell. And when you look at the screen closely, you can see how the RSI and our rainbow strategy mimic each other, right? So you can use the shark fin strategy from the RSI and match it up with the rainbow strategy. As you can see here, how it came up, went back down into the blue, right? And then came up here again. So it gave you two shark fins here, coming from the top down, and it crosses green, and it gave you that sell. And here on the RSI, you see how it came and touched the oversold and then started going back up. And it gives us the shark fin again here. Comes out the bottom back into the water, right? And price just went up. As you can see here, pink came out, went back in. It came out of the green, crossing back, going back up. And you see this group of pink lines here making these shark fin going down, back up. And what happened, you guys? When using the same rules, pink crossed green from bottom, you buy. And you see how price went up to this point. Like I'm telling you guys, this strategy is super easy to use, even for beginners. If you don't know how to trade exactly, if you just follow these rules just like how I explained them, the more time that you spend on it, the more that you'll become comfortable with it. And what I do like most about this strategy is not only do the fractals give you your support and resistance, even if you do mark your chart, it shows you, it's literally telling you everything. It's showing you where support is, it's showing you where resistance is, it's showing you how price moves, it's literally telling you when to get in, when to get out. Even using the RSI with the shark fin strategy, it's all there. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this video. Hopefully you did get some value from this video. Leave some comments down there in the description, and you know what I'm saying, go trade, go hit those blue screens, go hit those TPs, and I'll see you guys in the next video.